Welcome back, guys, to God in the Grass. Today we're going to be talking about Adven's EMT1 Tripoli. So Adven's EMT1 is a indica. It is 20% THC, 0 or less than 1% CBD. We've gone ahead and ground some up and I've put them in some of my Mighty Pod capsules. So we can go ahead and give that a try today. Now, looking online, I can see that it is parents are White Widow and Master Kush. Again, the names Indica and Sativa, don't really matter, but most of the Kushes I've actually tried. I tried Kosher Kush, I tried Hindu Kush, I tried a few others. And Master Kush isn't one that I've tried, but White Widow is actually one that I've tried. So I'm quite excited to see, because I enjoy the Kushes and I do remember White Widow definitely working for me. So great, let's see what happens with this one. So I've got my Mighty loaded up with EMT1. I filled it pretty full. You want to just make sure that it's kind of tamped down so it's not just flying around everywhere, and there's a little bit of space in there for the airflow to get through. But mostly I've kind of stuck to 0.1 grams at the moment, just to make sure that it is right for me, that it isn't going to suddenly have some adverse effects, and then just ease yourself into it. It's always exciting when you get a new strain, to be honest, but you do have to be careful, as sometimes you can just find some that are not quite right for you. Okay, so it's at 181, it's dropping down to about 179. If you are a newcomer, I would recommend this temperature or a little bit lower for yourself. I tend to do that when I get a new strain, like I said, just to try things out. So let's go. So I just recommend you take a long, deep breath, sip on it like it's a thick milkshake. I know that sounds strange, but that's what somebody told me. Wow, already that has got the mega pungent pine taste that I get from some of the old, that reminds me of Hindu Kush. Like I always get distracted the minute I take the hit, but or the whenever I inhale. But what I was saying is that if you are taking it for the first time, you want to have a slow inhale, you want to have a slow exhale. You can really taste it when you do that as well, to be honest. I noticed that you can sometimes taste it a little better in the Volcano as opposed to something like this that's more of a handheld. But yeah, let's keep going. So something else I noticed is there is a bit of a spice almost the minute you kind of get it in, you take it in, it's a bit spicy, and then you get that kind of aftertaste of very piney, very earthy, almost kind of like just that smell you get when you walk into some woods after it's been raining, that kind of thing. It's quite nice. So it is an indica. Like I say, the names themselves don't really matter. It tends to be the terpenes are. The terpenes on this one seems to be a three-way split between alpha pinene, panine, beta pinene or pinene, and myrcene. If somebody can correct me in the comments, I'm sure that's absolutely terrible. I think it's myrcene. Anyway, but myrcene or myrcene is the one that tends to be quite prominent in a lot of Kushes that I've had. Excuse me. It's definitely got quite a spicy taste. It's not harsh. I honestly thought this was going to be a lot drier, considering it was an Adven, actually. I have not tried Adven in a long time, and I'm sure there's better strains out there, and I was not expecting this. I was getting it because of the price. It's £5.50 a gram at the moment, but the taste is really coming through. Yeah, I've had quite a few Advents. Like I say, I've had the White Widow. So I've tried the EMT2 Chiral, EMT3 Glory Glue. I haven't tried Milky Cake. I've tried the High Silver quite recently, so that was something that I know was quite dry at the time. Talimon, again, was very dry to me. I've not tried the OG Kush, Strawberry OG, Glory Some Color Cookies, or the LA Kush Cake. I've heard good things about the LA Kush Cake, but I've not tried any of those. Those are all ones that I'd like to try. Yeah, no, I'm really surprised by this. Now that I've had a few kind of drags on it, I will say my mouth is getting very dry very quickly. Wow, yeah. I'm not getting the flushness that I would get from some of the kind of the nighttime strains that I've had recently. That's not coming on, but things definitely feel a lot slower. But yeah, almost as if I'm able to take things in and process things a little bit more slowly in my brain. I don't have more focus, but I'm able to process my thoughts a little bit better. But the lack of focus is actually a good thing. The daytime strains that I've had will often make me more focused. It won't rush my brain or anything. It'll often actually still turn off the brain, but things won't run slowly for me. Things will actually process much quicker for me, but the kind of the feeling of everything slowing down is great for me at nighttime. So although I wouldn't say this is as good as some of the other kind of cushes that I've had, strains that have been derived from cushes, but it is doing the trick. I will definitely say in an evening time when I'm quite overworked and stressed, something like this would be very nice. So I'm going to turn it up. It's been a few minutes now just to kind of let it see how it's hitting me, and we'll give it another go at this temperature. If you're not used to the feeling or you haven't tried quite a few strains, some of the new terpenes can be quite a surprise, and some of the new effects can be quite a surprise on your system. So if you are quite new to it, I do recommend that you just take the one. Don't think that it hasn't hit you because a few minutes later nothing has happened. Give it some time and just wait 15-30 minutes, then take another one and see how it affects you. But if you are somebody who's taken it quite often, like me, you'll know that you could probably stretch it a little bit before it becomes not where you want to be. Now, I will say it doesn't seem to be standing up to the higher temperatures as well. I am definitely feeling the effects at the higher temperatures. That's definitely coming on. But the kind of the harshness on the back of my throat, it definitely has a bit more of a burnt taste to it at the higher temperatures. So that's something to note. Something I will say, I'm able to get quite a lot out of this. You tend to find with some of the more irradiated stuff that it doesn't last as long. You can't get as much out of it. This one is still producing quite a lot of vapor, and it's still not getting to that point where it's, unpleasant. Certainly a little scratchy and dry throat, but that could just be the effects, less of how it's been cured or how it's been irradiated or anything like that. It could just be the effects of the cannabis. Now that I've been taking it at the higher temperatures for a while, the heavy body feeling, like you're very anchored, you don't feel as fidgety, you feel like kind of like you're being weighed down, that's definitely coming on, which is quite surprising now. Okay, I am starting to feel some of that kind of flushness around the cheeks and the face and stuff, that kind of feeling you want to have right before you go to bed. It is quite nice. It is actually. This is definitely something I could have at night. I think I've changed my mind just by getting up to the higher temperatures, and honestly, it's still sitting around 190-ish. It's not at anywhere the limits it could possibly go. I don't want to take it there at the moment, just because it is only about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not quite when I want to stop for the day. This is a bit of a sneaky one. I think the lower temperatures I would have expected to feel more, but it takes raising it quite high in order to feel the effects of this one. I think that'll have to do with the terpenes. Some of them are better at different temperatures. But yeah, this is definitely something I could use at night. This is definitely going to have some effect. It does hit like a ton of bricks after a wee while of getting it quite up to the high temperatures. So this has been a review of Adven EMT1 Tripoli. I hope you've enjoyed the review, guys. I'm definitely more encouraged to go out there and maybe purchase some of the Adven range, maybe the LA Kush Cake. But I hope you've enjoyed the video today, guys. Take care. Remember to love yourselves. Bye.